Erwin's given us a gift and a note that says, I love the joy you bring to my life every waking moment of every day. Jeez, man. Run! Save yourself! Save your baby! Save my game I haven't saved in ages. No! Watcher! Watcher died? Hello from the void, it's Rose here checking in from sweaty London. We are having a heat wave. It is deeply unpleasant, but I've turned off my fan for a second to chat with you about my Apocalypse Poison Garden Legacy Challenge, because that's what we're doing today. In our last episode, Eden got pregnant, which was not planned. She did one-time woo-woos in a bush with Erwin, and now we're having a baby. At the moment, she is slightly in denial, but we know, and I've had a think about it, and I think, even with like the suspicion that she's pregnant, she would shut things down. She's like, right, no one can know, Erwin can't know, no one in town can know, which means we have got the rest of her first trimester while she is not showing to get her through all the things we need her to do in town so that she can become a paranoid recluse. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get straight to it. It's Love Day and we are heading into Strangerville to say our goodbyes. Having thought about it, I really think that as soon as Eden knows for sure she's pregnant, she's going to have all of her worst paranoia kicked back in, like everything her mum taught her about like trusting nobody and protecting yourself and your family above everything is really going to come back full force. So in this last little bit of time before she is showing, I am going to have her come in, do some Love Day interactions with Erwin, just to get that holiday done, and say her goodbyes, essentially. For Eden, she definitely doesn't view this as like the love of her life or anything, but I think maybe we won't give him a tampon. But having someone to be close to after years of being on her own has definitely been meaningful to her, so she's feeling a bit sad about it, and also super uncomfortable because we didn't have time to have a shower. I decided to do this very, very late in the day, so we've got like 2 hours of Love Day left. I'm also having her buy a bunch of bugs, because if we can't come into Strangerville because we are either pregnant or have a small child, then we need to do the mystery another way. So I figured tonight we could go to the bar and plant loads and loads of bugs on people, and then potentially once we've saved up some money, buy the listening device, and then we could potentially get the rest of the evidence we need from home. I'm also buying some posters, because why the hell not? If it's our last trip to the curio shop, let's get everything we want. And then say farewell to our colander-headed short-time lover. Erwin, it has been honestly quite stressful, but I guess a privilege to cut through your paranoid self and have you have enough of a crush on us that you would bang us in a rosebush. So thank you so much, babe, and goodbye forever. Erwin's given us a gift and a note that says, I love the joy you bring to my life every waking moment of every day. Jeez, man. This sounds like it's going to be a lot harder on you than it is on us, especially because I just had Eden ask to just be friends, so I've just wiped out their entire romance bar as he's given us this very heartfelt gift. And that being super awkward, I think we will call time on this and go over to the bar to do our bug planting. Naked Cassandra Goth is here, lovely. Not sure where on that outfit we could plant a bug, but we will sure give it a try. Eden, I'm sorry, but despite your very flirty mood, you need to stop chatting to Erwin, even if he thinks you are getting closer because you still laugh at his llama jokes. It is time for you to take your stinky butt into the bar, which hopefully will be, yeah, it's popping, awesome, and start hugging randomers to stick bugs on their backs. Not suspicious at all. I think we're going to go for a good mix of military personnel, try and get some conspiracy guys, maybe get some scientists in the mix to give us a best possible spread of intelligence. And honestly, it's kind of unbelievable that people are just letting Eden touch them. She is literally wafting green stench. They don't know her at all, and yet they're like, yeah, of course. Oh my god, she's showing. Okay, we officially must be in trimester 2, because that is a bump, so we need to get this done quickly. Despite everyone apparently being paranoid and focused on conspiracies and trying to cover things up, they're completely happy to let Eden touch them, so honestly, it is their own fault that we are going to bring them down. Wahahaha. As things got a bit later, we were pretty much done with bugs, but we do still need one person. I think we're going to head outside. This person is a scientist, which we were missing, which is awesome. So now that is all our bugs gone. Oh god, she's infected. Eden, you better get out of there quick, girl. She's coming for you. Look at that terrifying walk. Run! Save yourself! Save your baby! Save my game I haven't saved in ages. We are home, and honestly it hits different this time because we're not going to be heading out for the foreseeable future, except for to sell stuff very, very briefly. And Eden is apparently celebrating by cooking naked in front of all of her Simmy figures. I'm not worried about her social in the same way I was at the beginning, where she didn't have the ability to talk to her plants, she didn't have any farm animals. Like, she should be okay keeping her social up without any socialisation, and we will not be doing neighbourhood brawl, despite the fact that actually this is a save in which it would make sense. I am not letting Eden talk to anyone, not least because her chest is currently see-through. Where are your tits, girl? That's a fun new glitch. Love that for me. I think there is a slight advantage to having this pregnancy earlier than I planned, because it means that Eden can get back to focusing on her lots. So I really want to extend the fence all the way around, especially with the kid incoming, so that they know the boundaries. I want to keep establishing the farm, get her handiness skill up, finally build that toilet would be awesome. But yeah, I think it's not a bad thing necessarily to bring the focus back to the lot and the sort of survivalist grind side of things, whilst also starting to raise our child. Eek. I've skipped ahead to going into Henford to sell our stuff because the day was pretty exclusively just spent harvesting and gathering. So we are going to sell everything we have grown, and this will be our last time in Henford for the next week. We have got quite a lot of stuff, so I'm hoping we'll make some decent money so that I can upgrade the house a bit. If we're going to be spending more time there, it would be preferable to have it be slightly more developed. I haven't really done much interior decor to this point because it hasn't felt like the most important thing. The most important thing was getting Eden into sort of a more than survival state. But I feel like now is a good time to upgrade, and we just made almost 7,000 simoleons, so hurrah for that. I will quickly jump in and see if there are any seeds or fruits or anything we don't currently have, so we can expand our garden to be as diverse as possible so that we'll have crops for all seasons. So we'll buy some black beans. I also bought a dragon fruit, although I know they make an awful lot of money, so it feels a little bit cheaty, but things have been hard and we are going to need to buy like kids stuff. And I also got some small versions of the oversized crops to make our conserves with, so that we can actually potentially sell the oversized crops we've been growing. Anyway, an exciting shopping day, and then we quickly jumped over to Agnes's stall just to buy some animal treats before heading home. I do love Henford on Bagley. I wish I had let myself play here more, but just the saves I've been playing haven't really suited it. Maybe I'll start a casual one. Anyway, we are back to the gas station home, and I am having a little reformat. We've got quite a lot of furniture that Eden has made, and also I'm going to buy some new bits and bobs ahead of the baby coming. So I'm just rearranging things a bit, moving the dining table into like the living space. I'm actually going to treat us to a counter, which is very exciting. I feel like the country living one potentially looks the most like Eden could build it, because like the little curtain, it could just be an old thing and she's put a curtain over to hide the ugliness. And I think I want some herbs. I actually finally got the Batu pack a little while ago, because actually a lot of the community lots in this apocalypse save use Batu items, so I was finding that things look really weird when I travelled. Anyway, so yeah, won't be playing with it, but using the stuff. I also think I'm going to store Eden's old like pop-up bed for when the kid is a child, and I'm going to buy her a new bed for the time being. The kids corner has a green theme because they will be a green and white generation. And I've also purchased this little indoor planter thingy. Somebody in the comments pointed out that if I don't get the death flower in the correct season, if I grow it sheltered, it should still produce fruit, flowers, whatever, out of season. So I'm hoping that by popping that in, we'll have the opportunity to extend the possibility of getting a death flower and complete one of Eden's goals, although I'm not actually sure if we will be able to put the plant in it. We will cross that bridge later. And then I did go ahead and fence in a bit more of the plot. I decided not to go all the way around the edge because it's just so expensive, but I have kind of blocked in the whole living area, added a gate, and then moved the cow plant to be a proper guardian so that anyone that comes in can be eaten if it's not Eden. I do love how the game supports like my completely unhinged way of playing, whilst also letting other people do like amazing family gameplay and like just really, really cute stuff. I've been watching a lot of Lola Plays, Berry Pastel Rainbow this week, and yeah, I just like how it truly is a sandbox for whatever your brain chooses to do. Anyway, we're just going to lock all of these gates for everyone but the household, so even if Erwin or anybody else does decide to drop round to see what's going on, why Eden's fallen off the face of the earth, they will be rebuffed by our very intimidating looking bunker of a home. I'm leaving the see-through bit of fence there just to like let a little bit of light in, but yeah, this is Eden's new life. And it has just occurred to me that a major security flaw is the fact that every time she needs to pee, which is a lot at the moment because she is now in her third trimester, she has to leave her like bunker enclosure and go pee in a bush outside, which is probably not an ideal situation. Ooh, it's summer. So we might need to think about that, but I don't want to move the pea bush closer to the house for really obvious reasons. It's kind of gross, and we already live in a kind of gross environment. Eden, maybe let's have a little clean up. I know it's not the most important thing right now, but it's kind of starting to squick me out. So you are going to tidy up, and then we better go do our farm chores, because if the baby is coming, the reality is in the next couple days we might not be able to do things as regularly as we have wanted to. So let's try and get everything as shipshape as possible. We're going to use our improbably acquired machinery that somehow works despite not having power to tidy up our oversized crops. Then we are going to go and harvest our regular crops. Unfortunately, I don't think we got a death flower, and our death flower plant is now out of season, so we will try moving that inside to see if it will work. But first we must pee again, and then I think we're going to let Eden have a shower and maybe make some lunch, because that's nice. We're making spicy mushroom soup because of either that or poke, and I'm pretty sure pregnant people aren't meant to eat raw fish. And at this stage, she might be wanting to use some spicy food to maybe bring labour forward. I know that's a myth, but given the absence of modern medicine in this save and the fact she's going to be doing it alone in a field, I think, oh no! Watcher died? How? We literally fed you yesterday and I haven't seen the cake, and I told you I'm really bad at keeping cow plants alive, but I was really trying with this one, and that is devastating. Seriously? No. Well, I think I'm going to have to end the episode there, because I don't think we're going to get to have the baby now, and honestly I'm depressed. So goodbye, and I will see you in the next episode without my cow plant. Sad. I can't believe I killed Watcher. I was being so careful, but it always happens. Anyway, next episode we'll have something to distract me, because we will be meeting our baby. I have no idea what gender it is, because there's no way to check in an apocalypse. So if you have any name ideas, pop them down in the comments. And while you're down there, if you want to give me a little thumbs up, think about subscribing if you're new around here. That would be awesome and make me super happy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!